Hello friends, I keep collecting news and rumors from many different sources, and everything points in the same direction. Although the game is tricky and twisted like a movie or a soap opera, but good simple people are tired of so much Machiavellism. Opinion article. The time is now. James O'Brien says it's over. Peter Navarro publishes a report. Something big is about to happen. WikiLeaks downloads all its files. Rumors of major events. An emergency alert is expected from the government. He asked their employers to leave Washington D.C. There would not be a power cut, but rather military deployments. Neither before nor after. Everything comes when it has to come. Massive cyber attack on thousands of companies and institutions. The new financial system is operating behind the scenes. Ratcliffe pressured to delay Friday's report. The problem is that no one is ashamed to do bad things. Artificial intelligence censors information before it comes out. Scientists detect exoplanet emissions from the Netherlands. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, sang Nat King Cole. Let's start. Time is now, according to the Operation Disclosure by James O'Brien. The time is up. There comes a time in the game, regardless of the cards you hold, when you must go in with everything. This is that moment. No one on either side of the political aisle should be surprised. We are now coming to a crucial moment of compromise. It is infinitely beyond petty politics at this point, or two-dimensional thinking between Democrat and Republican. Both parties have agents who have been compromised along with the figures in the system, with key figures in the system, I mean. I'm late today, said the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, who added these phrases: neither before nor after. Everything comes when it has to come. If everyone minded their own businesses, the world would turn a lot faster. How long is forever? Sometimes it's just a second. Do you know Happy Sands? Or as Lao Tse said, the common man, when undertakes something, spoils it by being in a hurry to finish it. Don't go against what is right to get praise from others. He who gains a victory over another man is strong, but he who gains a victory over himself is powerful. To know others is wisdom. To know oneself is enlightenment. According to George Washington, divine providence, to whom we are infinitely more in debt than to our own wisdom or our own efforts, has always shown its power and goodness when the clouds of dense darkness seemed ready to overwhelm us. The time has come when we are in dire need of another manifestation of his generosity, however little we may deserve it. Rumors. There are strong rumors that something big is about to happen, and there is a talk of prominent arrests. Something big is brewing, and we will see in the coming days, I mean. Rumors of KU Post that said the first arrest would be very significant, and that they would help to wake up the population, carry a couple of names as candidates. Anne van der Stel reveals that according to a source close to the White House, the president ordered most of his employees to leave the District of Columbia area and go elsewhere, which would confirm the rumor that something big is about to happen in Washington. In addition, there is an executive order closing all government agencies on December 24th. The White House would send an emergency alert. The administration would send a message to every mobile phone in the US to test a previously unused alert system that is intended to warn the public about national emergencies, but they have no confirmation of this news. The messages will carry the headline Presidential Alert, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, said in a statement this week. The phones will have a loud tone and a special vibration, FEMA said, which will send the alert. The new message will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed." Close dots. A Twitter from Utsawa Precisa, for those who are worried, says that there will be no power cut, no blackout, no shutdown for 4 weeks, but there will be military on the road. The truth will be revealed, and JFK Jr. will return. He advises to have some food at home and not forget to have fun. Precious. In addition, a Fox journalist and lawyer, Sidney Powell, are preparing the ground in anticipation of the imminent publication of National Intelligence Director John Ratcliffe's report on election interference. The breaking news sequence presages a manifestation of events according to Rafapal. However, an incredible dynamic is developing as the swamp is putting pressure on National Intelligence Director John Ratcliffe to try and delay the foreign interference report due this Friday. On the other hand, lawyer Lin Wood has accused Chief Justice Roberts of treason through a series of tweets and a telephone conversation that he assures that he will never be re-elected in dots. I am not surprised by this. Lin Wood also tells citizens to prepare to see soldiers in the streets. Financial control. According to Don Carlos de Marbella, the financial aspect is totally under control. He reveals that the new financial system has been working behind the scenes. It has been under testing since July. They have had to keep the SWIFT system active, but it has been running on life support. Then there is the process of moving gold around the world to support the new currencies. Each country has a certificate that says they have it, and it's currently stored in the USA. It will soon be moved and stored in each country and audited periodically. There is more gold in the world than most people have ever dreamed of, and most of it is undocumented. In the opinion of Benjamin Fulford, the Western world is facing its greatest crisis, possibly never seen before, and its ruling elite has surrendered to China. Either the West removes this elite from power and creates a united front, or Westerns will become slaves to the Chinese, who will work under subcontractors. The Naked King. The king goes naked, according to the report published by Peter Navarro on anomalies in the elections. In a phone call to the press to explain his findings, Navarro said his role in the report was to say that the king goes naked in the elections. Peter Navarro, an advisor to the president on Thursday, published a report in private capacity on the integrity of the 2020 elections, concluding that the allegations of irregularities are serious enough to justify an agent investigation, according to a report entitled The Immaculate Deception. In dots. If these irregularities are not thoroughly investigated before Inauguration Day, and therefore allowed to stand, this nation runs the very real risk of never having a fair presidential election again, Navarro said in the report. In that report, Navarro examines 6 types of irregularities in the 6 swing states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin that suggest a coordinated strategy. He argues the weight of evidence which comes from sources that include more than 50 lawsuits and court rulings, thousands of affidavits and demonstrations, testimony in a variety of settings, expert group analysis, and press reports. In concluding his report, Navarro argues that the lack of thorough and vigorous investigation of the irregularities he has pointed out indicates failure not only of our major media and social network censorship, but also of our legislative and judicial powers. Cyber attack. Massive cyber Pearl Harbor attack. Thousands of companies and institutions around the world have to check if they have been hacked through the security software of the Texan company SolarWinds to various government agencies. The hackers managed to compromise and install a malware in a security software. The security tool Orion, developed by SolarWinds, that is used to network administration and monitoring. Instead of attacking customers directly, the hackers intended to compromise the automatic update function of the software. The theft allowed the thieves to gain an insight into the systemic structural vulnerabilities of their victims. The attack was discovered by the cybersecurity company FireEye. Pre-censorship. A predictive artificial intelligence system claims to be able to predict alleged disinformation even before it is shared. Similar predictive artificial intelligence is increasingly used to censor information by analyzing trends in behavior and language used in social networks. Artificial intelligence replaces co-pilot in flight. This Tuesday, for the first time in history, a US Air Force plane flew in making artificial intelligence a member of its crew, the military reported on his website. Global chip shortage threatens laptop and mobile production. Manufacturers of mobile phone and electronic devices, from television to smartphones, are sounding the alarm about a global chip shortages, which are causing manufacturing delays as consumer demand recovers from the crisis. Short news. European Parliament mitigate crisis. The European Parliament approved 47.5 billion billion package to help mitigate the social and health consequences of the crisis in the regions of the European Union. From pandemic to pandemonium, we still do not have a true dimension of the global tragedy and to that which has fallen on the American continent, the area most severely hit by the social, economic and health crisis caused by this problem. A mask that simulates testicles. An artist called or named Billy, which Davia states has used this new means of expression to give free rein to his imagination and create a mask with the hyper-realistic appearance of a pair of male gonads. The peculiar accessory is made of a hypoallergenic silicone that perfectly imitates the wrinkled skin of this part of the male anatomy. Some have their sense of aesthetics in the butt. Bitcoin is a religion. Despite the incredible rise in Bitcoin prices this year, Mark Cuban, US billionaire and owner of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team, said in a recent interview with Forbes that he has not changed his mind that this financial instrument will not become a reliable currency. The price of the most popular cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, broke its previous record by exceeding $20,400 according to data from the Binance crypto money exchange platform. In the last 24 hours, the price reached its absolute maximum of $20,436.65. In just a few minutes, the Bitcoin, which was hovering around 20,360, shot up to 20,800, renewing the previous high. At 14:20 in Greenwich Meridian Time, is dropped to about 20,600. Until this 16 December, the record high for the Bitcoin was December 2017, which it reached $20,042. Scientists detect radio emissions from an exoplanet for the first time in history. The signal is from the Tau body system, which contains a binary star and exoplanet. Scientists have detected that could be the first radio emission captured from a planet beyond our solar system. An international team of scientists used the low-frequency array radio telescope in the Netherlands to explore 3 systems known to contain exoplanets. Only the Tau bodies system emitted the radio bursts. Chess. Now, how does the readjustment of currencies fit in with chess and poker? Is the title of an article published by the German Stefan. The coalition has opened a poker game with its player, the president. High stakes have been placed. Cards have been dealt, and to the outside world it seems that the alliance doesn't have a good hand. It is a game the world has not seen before and will probably never see again. That is why it's special, because many games and many game variations are combined into one great game. In any case, they are involved in Sun Tzu arts of war, with careful planning and tactics, as in many strategy games, pawn sacrifices, as in chess, traps, as in the European board game Mill, and of course bluffing on bravado, as in poker. No matter what game, what that was used, this time the good stuff will win, and the whole world will benefit. All crime, frauds, lies, exploitations, and plans of destruction will disappear once and for all, and the clique knows it, because they do not have a good hand in their hands. In 5D chess they are forced to move because they have fallen into every trap set. We should no longer be afraid, because our future will be sensationally beautiful. The usual problem is that no one is ashamed to do bad things, and that's how our hair looks. They think they have the right to abuse their neighbor because they too were abused, but that's no excuse. And on top of that, they have suppressed the ethics of teaching in order to educate unprincipled children. According to the prophecies of John of Jerusalem, in time the matriarchy will return after the failure of the patriarchy, for the simple reason that women tend to have more common sense than men, although this cannot be generalized because each person has his or her virtues and defects. New Galactic Day. According to Mr. Paris Deza, the age of Aquarius and the new great year began 22 years ago. But now we are at the beginning of a new galactic day on Monday 21st December, and the huge stream of a spiritual energy that is being generated is leading us towards unity and the restoration of our true original condition. We cannot say whether at some point we'll have a great all-encompassing and breathtaking shift in consciousness, or whether we will continue to go through a series of stealthy, subtle and smaller changes until we click in place. But we must change, and we are the change. It is likely that our Aquarian future will manifest in ways that are totally unique from what we have expected and imagined. Let's leave room for those surprises, while at the same time maintaining our highest vision, making clear life-affirming decisions and taking actions to match them, without paying too much attention to the current events. Despite what we may see around us today, let us practice being in our right mind, because imagination creates reality. With faith in a positive outcome, we will inevitably see the end of fighting and trying to control each other. We will enter into a time of unity and harmony where we will share everything so that everyone has more than enough, as sharing, abundance and love are part of our nature. A time when peace will guide the planet and love will guide the stars. Nat King Cole sang when I was a child that all I want for Christmas are my 2 front teeth. Gee, if I could only have my 2 front teeth, then I could wish you a Merry Christmas. Close dots. All we ask now is to be left in peace and freedom. Thanks a lot, dear friends.